What's up? It's Stephen Robbins with Downline Factory, and I'm actually coming to you from San Diego, California today. I live up near Cleveland, Ohio, but I'm out here for a leadership summit that I'm really excited about. We got a whole bunch of awesome people getting together to kind of share what's working in different facets of network marketing and digital marketing that I'm really excited about. It's going to be a long weekend, but it's going to be super fun and it's going to be a lot of work and it's really going to pay off big time for every single one of us that are here. But today, that's not even what I'm the most excited about. I'm most excited because I get to show you kind of a bird's eye view of what's in Downline Factory. And so let me get my face out of the way here. Before we go down though, this is like a culmination of so many things. I've literally been in the network marketing industry in some facet or another for over 10 years, whether it was actually cold calling, like cold prospects, warm prospects, bugging friends and family, bugging people that you don't know and bugging people that you do know, or putting flyers on people's windshields, putting business cards up at the local supermarket, flyers on the windshield. I've done a lot of that stuff, the home meetings, all of it. So many awesome memories. And there's that aspect of it. And there's also, I've worked in customer support for multiple network marketing training companies, and including doing funnels and digital marketing and lots of different aspects that are all finally kind of coming together into one amazing project, which is Downline Factory. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what that is, what that means real quick. Let's do a quick tour. I'm set up here in Trello right now, which I love Trello. It really helps me organize my thoughts and move things around. This is my favorite part right here, because if I make a mistake, I don't have to erase or anything. I can just drag. This is awesome for project management. It's awesome for outlining a system like this. There's so much in Trello that's awesome. So check it out. It's definitely worth your time. Excuse me. So over here, the very first thing that's going to happen is like the introduction. This is kind of going to be a little bit of the who we are, what we're here for, why Downline Factory, all that stuff in this first section. Welcome, and then the next one for my personal team. This is only going to be available for a while for my personal team only. It's not going to be released to the public for quite some time. I have to create a different version of it for the public that's not branded to my company that I'm working with. So if you really need to get your hands on it, you can join my team. You have to go through the application, see if you're qualified first, and this gets to you for free. Once you're on my team, anywhere on my downline, no matter what leg or whatever part of it or how many levels, it doesn't matter. If you're on my team, Downline Factory is yours. Otherwise, you have to buy it basically when it becomes available to the public, but that'll be a little while. But just so you guys know what's at least coming, this whole section is going to be my personal company. This is a little bit of like an onboarding with our company, with local events, getting connected to social media, getting qualified for commissions and bonuses and income, the annual convention, all of the things that our company does. It's going to be in this first section here. And then we actually get into the first module of the Downline Factory system. We're going to talk about funnels. This is all primarily built on funnels, which is powerful. And we're going to talk about why they're built on funnels and how that actually serves us, especially in network marketing and in digital marketing. And then some must-have resources, things that are going to make this actually work. And you'll see there's some good stuff in here. I'll dive more into this another video, but this is kind of like this is like the intro to the whole picture. And then here's the intro to specifically the Downline Factory system and the funnels and everything that go along with it. And then in the second module, I'm going to actually start teaching how to use them in the right way so that you could get paid to prospect. You could get paid if somebody says yes. You could get paid if somebody says no. Versus, I remember when I was doing cold calls, I would buy a batch of leads, right, of people who filled out a form, whether it was to truly build a network, work from home, or whether it was to win an iPad. A lot of the times you didn't know what the person filled out the form for. And I was calling through these leads dozens and dozens and dozens at a time, sometimes hundreds in a night. And I was calling this lady, and a man answered, and I read the script off and everything, and the man that answered just started cussing me out and threatening me like physically and everything, because he was under the impression that I was trying to take his woman, and that was definitely not the case. And I should have just hung up because it wasn't worth my time. But I did be like, I was like, yo, it's cool, man. Everything's all right. That's not what I'm about. Trust me. Here's what I'm really calling for. And it ended like okayish, but it definitely was not a fruitful call. And I've had people say that they were going to sue me just because I was another call. Lots of awful, awful stories. But this actually allows you to have people coming to you. And even if they say no, you could still get paid. And if they say yes, you could still get paid. So we're going to go into that. I'm really, 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 really excited about that one. We're going to talk about how to bait people the right way, in a way that's ethical and it works and gets them in, and they're excited and you're excited. It's win-win, all that. And the types of funnels and how to follow up with people. And in module 3, we're going to be talking about offers and applications and how these two big pieces of the puzzle, the offer and the application, really make everything back here work really, really well, really, really effectively. And I'm excited particularly about the application because it's not like I have to try and pitch people and convince them and use all these fancy little sales tricks and script tricks. And if prospect says this, then turn to page 49 to read this, like none of that stuff. It's just going to be a straight up, there's some hoops they have to jump through before they ever even see the application funnel. And when they do see the application funnel, by the time they get there, it's going to be like question number 1 is basically them going to be saying, yes, please call me and get me started. And then my question number 2 and their answer is basically going to be like, yes, please call me and get me started, is what it's going to essentially tell me. Those aren't going to be the actual questions or answers, but the process is basically them, instead of me saying, hey, will you please just take a look? Will you please come over and watch the video? Will you please come meet my upline? Will you please this? Please, 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 please. The begging that kind of comes out if you're not very good at network marketing, like the old way, or if somebody is super resistant, or if you don't have a lot of time or a lot of money on hand to get really good leads or call through a lot of leads, you don't have to deal with that stuff, because by the time they get to your application, you're asking them things like, what makes you think you're going to be a good fit on this team? What do you think you're going to be able to contribute? What kind of goals do you have? What kind of strengths do you have? Where they're actually coming and saying, like, they're the ones jumping through the hoops to work with me. And then when I get the applications, I get to pick and choose who I get to work with. So I don't have to work with some Joe Schmo who is lazy, who just wants another job, who just wants somebody to handhold them and tell them what to do, who is whiny, negative, all that stuff. I don't want to work with people like that. I don't want to work with people like that. I want to work with self-starters. I want to work with people with an entrepreneurial spirit. I want to work with people who are fired up and people who look at an obstacle and say, okay, how do we do it? I don't want people who are just going to quit when things get hard the first time, and a lot of that stuff is going to come out in an application. Now, not 100%, but a lot of that's going to come to light. You learn a lot about people when you ask the right kind of questions. So what we're basically doing is we're taking some of the really, really effective scripts from traditional network marketing, and we're adapting them into more of a digital marketing atmosphere. So they truly do apply. It's not like applications like when you go to some of the old school company home meetings, and they say, here's your application, start filling it out. And all it is like, hey, the enrollment is $7,000 and you got to pay it right now. And also put your social security number and all that on it. That's not an application to me. That's just a straight up order form. I want an actual application before they ever even get a chance to see an enrollment form. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I don't like that. It always made me uncomfortable on the receiving end of that and the delivering into that. And I just don't like it. I want somebody to apply and say, yes, where do I sign, before I ever say, here's where you sign, and then, the interview and the close, how to actually, when they do apply, how to get on the phone or on a Zoom or whatever it is with them. Which this is so different than cold calling, because before it was like, I don't know what they're going to say. I don't even know if they're going to hang up on me again. I don't know if they're going to yell at me because their phone number is blacklisted and I called them anyway, whatever. people get mad about when you cold call. This won't happen because they've already filled out question 1 through 17 that all of their answers are, please call me, I want to get started, I really need to get on your team, I really need in here. And when I call them, they're going to be excited to hear from me because I chose them out of all the other people, instead of me calling them and then cursing me out because they think I'm trying to get their girl or whatever. And all the crazy stuff that's happened. And then over in module 4, we're going to talk about traffic. This is kind of a rough outline here, but I've got some good experience in Facebook ads, and we're going to be talking about different publishing channels like YouTube, blogging, things like that. Types of content, meaning like the types of things that you put out, messages and training and exposure to the world that are going to attract people to you. So we're going to have paid and free traffic in here, and we're going to talk about how to accomplish that, how to make it really work. Because there's a lot of things that you do not want to do, and that it's going to waste a lot of your time and a lot of your money and are going to stress you out and frustrate you. And there are a handful of things that you definitely do want to do. So I'm going to help you out there. And then back in module 5, we're going to talk about real duplication, which I'm really excited about, maybe more so than the application and offers section, because duplication is literally like the Bigfoot of network marketing. Like, there are so many people who preach about Bigfoot, right? There's so many people who say they saw Bigfoot. There's so many people who say they had an experience with Bigfoot, but there's no evidence. Like, I mean, depending on who you are and who you talk to, there is no evidence of Bigfoot. With duplication, I feel like it's the same way. There's so many people who preach duplication, who say they have duplication, who've been a part of duplication, they've experienced duplication, they know what duplication is, but like when you really look at it, it's like there's very little to no evidence of real duplication anywhere. But this kind of stuff, you'll see when you're in here, the platforms that we use, there is real duplication in here. There's very little work on the person's part, anybody's part, my part, or my brand new team member's part in here. We're going to talk about how to set it all up in your name, like in your name, in your branding. If you want to, you can use Downline Factory when you're on my team. I don't care. But if you're going to take all this stuff and apply it to your own version of Downline Factory, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you're on my team and you're starting to kind of branch out on your own a little bit using these things that still work, you can brand them however the heck you want. I don't care. Now, if you're not on my team, we may have a different kind of a topic, a different discussion, but I'd be excited if somebody took this and ran with it for network marketing or even digital marketing. There's all the principles will go back and forth, apply back and forth. And then back here, we'll have all the assets. I'll link to all the share funnels where I have my application funnel that I've already done and built. You'll be able to click a link and it'll open it up for you so you can edit it. You can put your name on it, your brand on it, your company on it, your colors on it, your fonts, everything. Everything will be pre-built for you. You can just kind of tweak it if you want to. And then all the marketing tools that I use and my recommended training and resources. And then over here, there's a secret section back here you can't see unless you're in Downline Factory. I'll have to show you guys maybe another time, probably not. You have to be in Downline Factory to get some of this stuff. But that is kind of what's going on. I'm super, super excited because, like I said, I've trial and errored a lot of this stuff in different areas and in different steps of the process for so dang long. And I'm putting it together myself. There's people going through this process already, at least as far as paid to prospect and the tripwire funnel and stuff like that. And I'm really excited to kind of package this whole thing up into Downline Factory and offer it to anybody looking for who loves network marketing enough to know that this is the new way. This really does beat the traditional model. And you'll see, if you don't believe me, I promise you're going to start seeing this a lot more. There are people who are kind of catching on to applying funnels to literally everything. I've seen people funnel socks. I've seen people funnel fitness brands, everything, network marketing, ketone supplements, essential oils, everything you can think of. There's funnels. There's a way to use funnels with it. And people are catching on for network marketing. So when you are looking at this and you're the kind of person who knows that you want to get ahead of the curve and you don't want to be left behind, you don't want the whole world to be ahead of you so that you catch on and you jump on the wagon after it's too late and everybody and their mother and their cousin are already doing this and it seems like there's no space left. Don't wait. Your fastest option, at least through this avenue, would be to probably just apply to join my downline. You can email me or message me here and we'll get you, because what happens is when you join my downline, you get Downline Factory for free. Because I want to duplicate my team. You're going to see it. It's going to be real duplication right here. Money for everybody. This is the most exciting piece of the puzzle right here. Because the learning curve is so short compared to traditional network marketing and Downline Factory, and a lot of people who go out and start trying to do their own versions of this are going to see that this is the new way. This isn't just something that's exciting and fad. This is the new way, is pulling traditional network marketing into the modern day, you know what I'm saying, into modern things that are working and that have a tremendous amount of staying power and effectiveness. So if you know that you need to get on this now, then send me a message or email me support@downlinefactory.com and let's get your application going and we'll see if you're the right fit. I'm not going to accept everybody. There really genuinely are. There is a standard for the kind of person that I'm looking for and the qualities that I'm looking for and the kind of people who will have access to this. So don't apply if you're just thinking about it. Like, I want to know if you even inquire. I want you to be very serious about it, and somebody who's willing to learn and who's willing to go through challenges and who's willing to have some growth pains, because this is a little bit different than what you're used to. But I'm super excited for every one of you, whether you're just watching this to learn and see what's going on, or you're a part of my team already, or you're thinking about joining my team. I'm just excited. I want to see this entire industry just operate on a higher level than it ever has. And I'm just happy and honored and humbled to be a part of that. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm going to get going here and start. I'm going to see if I can meet some of those other peeps that are coming soon. And I'll see you guys in the next one.